Whoa, it's Wulzy. Welcome back to another Geometry Dash building challenge video. Now, about 10 months ago at this point, I put on Twitter asking for some stupid building ideas. I made 2 videos and I completely forgot. So today I'm going to be going back through, probably doing them one by one, just so we have a nice, more relaxed video. I'm also recording for Wulzy VODs too, so that'll be a video on the channel. Link in the description down below for uncut building content, so you can follow everything I'm doing. Shouldn't take too long. I'm literally just going to bang this out real quick. The choice I'm making today is building only with one type of decoration object. It's going to be a weird one, so stay tuned. I don't have a song in mind. We'll just go with base after base. I don't know. I don't really care. It really doesn't matter, because this is going to be like a quick 10-second throwaway challenge anyway. I'm going to try and make this just blocks, to be honest. But now I'm inspired to maybe switch up the gameplay a little bit. Maybe mini spacing this pattern, scaling it up. All right, we can have a huge gravity changing orb right here. That's gonna boost us over this spike, I believe, and we can jump off this block too. I'm just projecting at this point, just so I can try and speed up the gameplay making process, because the challenge is all in the decoration here. We can probably copy the pad from earlier. Ooh, and then we can have a green orb. That's cool. Let's see how this rocks, and then we could probably end it right there, to be honest. I don't really mind about anything else. We can just make another jump just to seal the deal. Right, so our decoration object. Let's see. Do I really use a glow object, or do I use like one of these glow objects? I've used that recently. I really don't want to, but I definitely could just go crazy with the scale on this and just abuse this whole challenge. My mouse is literally on my second monitor right now. That's crazy. See, I can do some cool stuff with the scale on it. I can have that as a base, and then I can scale down wherever the slider is to make this like 10 instead. Then we can have this layer to it. Then we can scale down again, perhaps. I could be changing the hue on this every time now that I think about it. Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. This is going to be minus, I'm going to say minus 40. And then these pieces that I'm adding right here can be plus 40. So we have a mix of green and blue. Now I'm probably going to have like a 1.0 version that sits on white, or maybe 2.0. We'll put this on white blending. Why not? And this is going to be on a different editor layer as well. Kind of important. So we can make this a design for sure. So I'm going to replace every block with this, and we're going to go crazy with colors, I think. It's an interesting design for sure. I'm glad I put this on a different editor layer, because I can now do extra stuff with these blocks. We're going to set all of these to a link. We're going to copy paste, and we're going to mini space it down and to the left, and we're going to put it on a new editor layer. I'm going to keep on doing that, I think. So we have 3 layers, and it's kind of blurry-ish. What I'm going to have to do is turn off link controls and just do a little bit of polishing, because the top objects obviously need to be moved in the opposite direction. And we're going to add a group to each layer, I think, because why not? And we're going to make them move. So we have 2, we have 3, and we have 4. And we're going to make them kind of wobble. 2 is first. It's going to move like minus 3 and plus 3 in a second with cool easing on it. Let me just turn off my hacks just so I can put it at 4 really easily. A little bit into that movement, it can shoot back double, moving at 12 blocks per set of triggers, because I spaced them 6 blocks apart. That's going to make them float around, which is neat. The biggest issue here is that I've moved them out of their middle position by 3. And then I have moved them back double. I need to move them opposite double again, and then copy the second 2 triggers, if that makes sense, because the first movement only serves the purpose of moving them out of their starting position. Nice. So these should stay in their positions now and wobble between their midpoint. Yeah, that's better. Why does it look so goofy, though? First thing I'm going to try is changing the time and putting sine in out instead of ease in out, just because I find that to be a lot smoother sometimes. Yeah, see, that's dead. That's completely dead. So the time needs to change once again. I'm actually going to link these triggers together so I can select them easily. 1 second. That's better. Okay, that's what I need. So let's have this movement for 3. I guess 2 blocks later, and then 4 can also have it 2 blocks after that. Yeah, this is interesting. I like this design so far. It's slightly grainy, but it's nothing that can't be fixed, right? Another thing I'm going to do is make sure that no block transitions are on any of these, and I'm going to set this up with, I don't know, a randomly picked block transition, because I feel like that's a fun addition. Yeah, cool. So over here, when we flip gravity, I'll probably put 1, and another one here when we flip gravity again. And the next thing I can do is probably change the colors. What I might do is copy paste, move them 5 blocks up in the air, add them to a group 5, and then add them to another color channel, which copies number 1 with opposite hue. Looks odd right now, but if I change the opacity to that group that I just added, which I believe is 5, yep, 30% or something, we have like a little bit of an extra texture there. Does this have blending? No, it doesn't. That would make it look a lot better. Yeah, that's more what I had in mind, and I can up the opacity on this for sure. I could go block by block and just copy paste these to sit the opposite way. That actually might be quite nice, and I'm probably going to try that out just with the top blocks. I just need to copy the top 3 and then flip them around like so. Just to try and get some extra variation into the strips. It could work. I'm just not sure on the colors yet, but I've barely added any color to it, so I can barely tell. We're going to start this level off as black, I think. And the background can actually copy color channel 1 with less brightness. So it's going to start off as black background. It's going to have a 1-second fade off like this. Okay, nice. We can change that to a 0.5 and then we can increase the brightness. So we're going to copy color channel 1 again with a bit less brightness, and it's going to be like 0.05. I don't know if I like that. We're going to have a short pulse, I think. All right, we've done that now. Let me add all of these to a new group 6. And these are going to have extra pulses alongside the background ones. And they're just going to change on their own color ID. Whenever you leave this blank, it just goes on whatever color it is. So I'm going to change this to 180, I think. And a bit more bright too. Okay, we're just gonna have to rely on that being good and then change color channel 1 a bunch. It's gonna take a lot of effort because I've got a lot of different colors here already. I'm gonna change it very frequently though. That actually looks really cool. What the heck? And then we can have a huge change to like yellow or something. I gotta remember this is quite important because the background's changing color too. Okay, at this point, it can go back down to its default again really quickly. And then shift to like purple. That actually works for quite a while. So I'm just going to start to darken it here. And then go right back up to like a bright pink. Because that kind of like contrasts the purple that we just had. And then we can start to fade to white, I guess, as the level's ending. Why not? We have some different colors in this. And it's looking a little bit better. And I've decided that I don't like the particles that just float here. They look really silly. We have a couple of blocks. We have a couple of details right here that I can probably flip. Yeah, we can vary it. That's cool. Oh, I've got to make spikes, dude. Neat. So we're just going to join up 2 of these objects really easily. These got to be white blending, though. Otherwise, it's just not going to suffice. And I guess we just got to start scaling down and then mini space down. Now, do I make these black or do I make these white? That's a tough decision. I could do both. I could literally do both. If I set this to black right now, what does it look like? See, that's kind of ugly. But is it ugly if there's going to be a lot of them? I think they got to be white. I was gonna try and make them pulse from black and white, but literally the only way I see this working. Also, that's a lot of objects. Sorry. All right. It's got to be this. Using a lot of objects in the process. This is 37 per spike, but probably worth it. I mean, it's just a little challenge anyway. So I'm going to use my green line from the gameplay to figure out how high the cube's going at certain points, to figure out how high the ceiling should be. For example, this can be moved down a lot, actually. Actually, just in case the green, I'm going to move it a bit higher. Just because the green momentum can be way too high sometimes. I'm also going to move this down. Let's have a look at normal mode. Let's see what we got so far. I think I've filled in quite a lot of pillar decoration already, and we've got some pretty interesting colors going on. Only using the gradient little strips. Now, I can definitely use these for a background. So we're going to place this object, and we're going to scale it up to 7.5. All right, let's make this black. And we're going to try and set this in the middle of the cube, but I don't know how it's going to go. Also, how does this look behind the overlays and stuff? Okay, it gets covered, but it's not bad. We're just going to rock with this, right? I'm going to set it to a moving group, which is going to be 7. 7 is going to lock to the x-axis immediately, and then it's going to be moved back towards the player by 100. Actually, 100 is way too much. 80 will do. And then I'm going to flip it and then move it 1, 2, 3 to the right. And then probably about 5 upwards like this. This is going to have 9. And then we're going to have another one of these. And another one, which is going to be 12. See, how long do I want this to go on for? But boom. Okay. So I'm going to try and make some sort of like oscillation here. It's probably going to go horribly wrong. I'm confused. Hold on. Let me just figure this out. So this is 15. This is 16. So this should be 17. Yeah, I didn't change the group number. That's a yaoi. We're going to make like an oscillation. Starting off with 8. Moving up. The bottom set's going to move up 5 blocks, I think. Then 2 blocks later, 10 has got to do the same. And then 12. And then 14. We're going to pretend that nothing happened. Shout out to Wulzy VODs. So a block later, 9 is going to go down 50. So that's the first block on the top set is then going to move down. Yeah. Okay, cool. And then 11. And then 13. And then 15. And then 17. So these are gonna just like shift away from the center like that. So then I'm going to take these and I'm going to copy paste this strip. I think 2 blocks to the right. So this should go on further. And it does. Perfect. Okay. Gonna repeat the process of just copy pasting and moving it. This time 4 blocks to the right. Build help ring. And then moving these triggers up to the top over here. We can probably just do this one more time. This is going to keep going now. Now, we're going to unlink these triggers and not click on the info box. And then we are going to copy paste all of these triggers, all of the ones that have the same properties. This should be move up 50. As they finish, we're going to change these to -50. I gotta link these two, just in case it goes wrong. Boom. Select all the top sets, copy like so, and put this at +50. Let's play. Let's see how it looks in game. So we have this huge strip, and then it just like oscillates to the other side. And what I'm gonna do is flip this. Oh god, how do I make this match up? Or I could just, okay, the solution is gonna be to move this further to the right and actually scale this further, which is kind of depressing, but it's the best way forward, I think. If I save and play now, this should cover the whole screen. Yeah, awesome. So what else do I really need to do here? I gotta move this along with the player for sure. I can probably make this blend into the background a lot easier if I just make a copy the color of the background. Yeah, that's a lot better, I think. Neat, it doesn't clash now. That's cool. Let's add a move trigger with like sign in out. Why not? Which is gonna move this up by like 40 blocks. And then we got to judge by eye how far it's got to go next. Probably another 40 or 50 down. Okay, then we got to move it back up again. This is why I like working with game modes, because you don't have to figure out all of the screen stuff when the camera moves. Okay, this is pretty neat. I'm enjoying this so far. This is a cool challenge. I'm very glad this got requested to me. Now for an orb, I could rotate. That's a very easy solution that I'm just gonna rock with because I see no reason not to. First orb deserves some love. He was here before any other orb. And we rotate them around in a circle. Super simple. Okay, and then we can scale some down. And then maybe for like a secondary orb, we could have the Hue 180 version. Oh wait, do we even make a color channel Hue 180? Yes, we did. Yeah! So we can make these rotate, but honestly, I've never used a center of rotation that's not just the circle object. So this is actually quite scary to me. Okay, we have 88 as our test subject right here. 89 around 88. I'm gonna bounce this. Why not? It is off center. How do I fix that? Yeah, duh. Oh my goodness. There we go. That's better. I fixed it. And then this just becomes group 1 invisible. And then we just copy this rotation trigger for a few blocks earlier. 91 around 90. I just want to show. Damn. Let's add this to 102. I can add like random little rotations for 102 that would be super goofy. 30. Whoa, that's crazy. And then I can like fix it with like half-spaced -10s. Damn, it's kind of like the Five Nights at Freddy's intro screen. I'm gonna add that a bunch of different places. I'm so happy with this, dude. I gotta change the ground just for the culture. I'm very glad that this challenge has been completed now. Man, I was freaking out in the beginning. I didn't even know what block I was going to use. Thank you so much for watching this Geometry Dash building challenge video. There's many more to come. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.